Excuse me. So here we go. All right. What is it for? One, finish the transgression. Two, to make an end of their sins. Three, to bring reconciliation. Reconciliation for iniquity. Four, to bring in everlasting righteousness. Everlasting righteousness. Five, to seal up the vision and prophecy and to anoint the most holy. That's what's going on. If you want to know what's happening in the world today, there you have it. God just explained it. And he spoke in very plain language here. Did I have to explain that? What is there to interpret? Nothing. I just read it to you. Now, I want you to notice something. Notice right here, there's an S. But notice up here, there is no S. And right here, there is no S. You say, well, okay, he forgot to put, no, he didn't forget anything. That's purposeful. Because only one transgression matters. What is that? Either you make yourself God, something or someone else God, or you're following the right God, the one true God. That's the biggest problem. See, I thought pride was the biggest problem. No, man. Satan wanted to be God. He wanted to be God. He wanted to replace the one true God. What is the Antichrist going to do? He's going to sit in the temple as God, showing himself that he's full of pride. No, man. No, no, no. Idolatry, the one transgression, is to be like or a substitute for God. What did the devil tell Eve? You will be what? Like God. Let me show you. This is the transgression. And this is, again, when you read this, before I point this out to you, what are you thinking? What are you thinking? You see, Kevin don't think. I let the book think for me. Because I can come up with a lot of transgressions that I think that is. But it doesn't matter. What is God actually talking about? That's the problem. Not what I think, but what God is talking about. What did Israel do? I read it to you last time. They went after idols. So I'll do 3 witnesses. All right, let's start with the first one. I'll start with Satan. Then I'll go all the way back to the beginning with Eve. And then I'll go back to show you what God is actually talking about Israel. So this I can do this quick. Okay, let's go to Isaiah for Satan. Look at this. And this is the worst transgression anybody could ever do, friend. And this is what every sinner does. They either make themselves God or make something else God. except the one true God. And that's what Paul said about everybody in Romans chapter 1. Now look, for you have said, this is Isaiah chapter 14, and this is Satan. God says, oh, how have you fallen from heaven, oh Lucifer, son of the morning. Look at what he says. He says in his heart, he's going to do some things. All right? Ascend into heaven, exalt my throne above the stars are angels of God. I will also sit as a finished work. When Jesus sat, that means his work was finished. What is Satan saying here? Satan is saying that when I sit down, nobody's going to be able to remove me. My work of being God is going to be complete. That's what he said. On the further sides of the north, I will ascend above the height of the clouds. Listen, here it is. Look at what he says, and then pay attention to what he tells Eve. I will be like the Most High. There's your transgression. That right there, it's this one that caused him to act upon the others. This is the goal. The goal is to be like God. That's the goal. All right, let's go look at Eve. Look at the temptation here. So he goes there, hey, God said this, and she repeated what God said. And then the serpent says, look, you will not surely die, for God knows. Who knows? He turned around and he misrepresented God. False religion. What is that? False religion. That's what Satan used. Every false religion, friends, uses this. You can't have false doctrine and fool people with the truth. You got to have some truth in it. As a matter of fact, you have most of the truth in order to fool most people. If you walked up to me with a bicycle and tried to sell me a car when I'm looking at a bicycle, I would call you crazy. But if you walked up to me with a car and it started and did everything, but you knew the minute I drove that rascal off, the transmission was going to go out, then you deceived me. See, that's what false religion is. It's a deception. It says that God did something, and that in the day you eat it, your eyes will be, eat of it, your eyes will be open. Now listen, what did Satan say? He wanted to be like God. What is he selling to Eve? You will be like God. Same thing. The exact same thing. What is this? This, friends, is an idol. It's idol worshiping. It's idolatry. That's exactly what it is. Now, let's go see if Israel did the same thing. So we see clearly, and this is the one sin, that right there, this sin right here, wanting to be like God, got 1/3 of the angels kicked out of heaven. And they can't come back. This one sin, this first one, sent humanity into a tailspin that we have yet to recover from. And it's been over 6,000 years since she did that. So don't tell me worshiping false gods like yourself or me or somebody else or something else isn't the worst thing that ever happened. Yes, it is. Now, let's look at Israel. What did they do?